Okay, I'm going to go down here and execute an Apple script. This opens up a Telnet session. This Telnet session, once accepted by the XPortPro on my HamStack, my breadboard I built, it brings one of its pins, CP3 high. The HamStack detects that high and then starts transmitting these two voltages from which it's always monitoring through its two analog ports. I've got two pots on here. Here I'll just crank this one up, voltage 2, crank that one up and down, crank voltage 1 up and down. Here I'll do them both at the same time. Let's see, there we go. And then I'm going to quit the Telnet session, open it back up again. Seems to be pretty consistent. Seems to work fairly well. I'm monitoring these two voltages being measured by the HamStack board through a Telnet connection over Ethernet.
This is the Lantronix XPortPro. I've got it breadboarded here. I've got a real rat's nest going. It would be a lot easier to use the Sierra Radio Systems Ethernet backpack board for this part. But I like to breadboard things and just put on minimum components so I understand better how things work. This part is strictly a 3.3 volt part. None of the pins are 5 volt tolerant. So I've got a 3.3 volt regulator on there, and I've got the for the signals, the data in, data out, and the pin CP3 have got bidirectional level shifters with 2N7000s, just like on the Sierra schematic for the Ethernet backpack board, to buffer those signals. And the HamStack it's listening to the data out, data in pins from the Ethernet from the XPortPro, and it's also looking at pin CP3 to see if it goes high or low. If it goes high, then the HamStack starts transmitting the two voltages which it's measuring from the two pots back here, so I can change it. So I can do a Telnet session and actually and read that data, see that data through the Ethernet port.
Okay, here's the same thing on the Windows XP. Sorry I don't have a screen capture, so it's going to be fuzzy. I'm going to bring up the run command, and then I'm just typing in there Telnet with the IP and then 10,001, and there we go. There's the voltages. Here I'll crank 2 up, voltage 2 up and down using the pot, and same thing with 1, and both at the same time. Seems to work pretty well. And then quit that session. The next step is obviously listening for commands from the Telnet session to the HamStack board. Okay, here's a scope on the HamStack transmit pin. CP3, pin CP3 from the XPortPro is low right now, so the HamStack's not transmitting. Here I'm going to start a Telnet session. There we can see it started to transmit data to the XPortPro, and here I'm going to quit the session.